The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to a new XRP video. Right now minus 0.15%, give or take, up down. It's a small doji candle right over here, looking like it's gonna break this support. So these are the supports from yesterday, right now, right? And you can see here the previous support down here. It actually quite held. If you zoom in, it did hold really nicely over here. So we're gonna see what's happening with this candle right over here, what we have actually in store for us. I don't think there are many divergences here that we can use or something like that, but we're gonna look at some complex patterns that are happening right now, and there might be some kind of pattern that's actually telling us that we might actually go up. So you know, it's all nice and dandy. Anyways, let's get into the charts, make my face smaller, charts bigger, and see what's actually happening here. So these first thing first, we're gonna see here that we really nicely managed to hold this support over here yesterday. You can see here we hold it above it, and then today we have just been like, you know, the weeks doesn't matter, you know, the weeks don't matter, you know, the weeks don't matter. When we are looking at horizontal support and resistance lines, you know, the weeks don't matter. We are just looking for the body closes and opens, right? This is a body, this is a body, right? We are just looking for the body, and this closed above the line, and that's nice. And so this over here, what's actually doing right now, it doesn't matter, because 13 hours 31 minutes left to the close, you know, long time left to actually be decided if this is actually bullish or bearish or what's going to happen here. That said, we can also check out really quick some RSI divergence or something like that, and right now there is some kind of RSI divergence going on here, because technically the price is going a little bit up, just barely, while the while the RSI is going down. Now if this candle becomes green and we just get a green candle after green candle, technically, you know, the price is actually going a little bit up, right? And that's enough for it to give the range. Now unfortunately, if this continues going down, you can see here right now green candle, you know, it moves a little bit up, a little bit down. If the price continues going down, there will be no divergence. But divergences are not the big thing that we want to talk about today. We're gonna clean up everything. Sorry, not this one. Open you know, change everything. And what I want to talk about is a little bit larger pattern that's forming over here. So you know, everybody's been talking about the Wyckoff accumulation pattern on Bitcoin and stuff like that. We won't be talking actually about Wyckoff accumulation period, but we will be talking about some larger pattern or larger complex pattern that's happening. There is not actually a pattern, more like complex psychological development or something like that. Call it what you want to call it. So we're gonna see why this is playing the way it is actually playing out, and there was some kind of a line. There was some kind of a line up here. You can see this big green, big red drop over here that's happened right after we broke certain supports up here. Maybe you should be using this one over here. So there was some kind of support up here, right? And once we broke that, we started dropping really hard down. Now once we started dropping down really hard over here, right, we got some kind of extended levels, and we started getting pushed back up again, right? And we got pushed back up again. We came to up to the top level, to this previous lows over here. So there was some kind of support. There was some kind of support previously over here. We're gonna use this without a magnet. There was some kind of support, so we went down really hard and then pulled back up and then created this very nice support down here. I don't know if you see it. Let's zoom a little bit over here just for now. We went down really hard, pulled back up again, and went down and created this support over here. Created this support over here. So went down, went up, down here, created the support, and then bounced back up again. So we bounced. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. We're gonna try again. We went down, up, down, created the support, and then continued going up here until the previous support, where the previous support was, tested the resistance and failed to break it, and started going down. Now on the way down, this was a very important support level not to break. Unfortunately, we broke that and continued going down. Here was some kind of a trading range before we actually continue going even further down. Now this level of resistance now is super important. You can see here how clearly it's getting resist here. So as soon as we got back down there, we started crawling back up again, all the way to the previous support, right now testing as a resistance, and the resistance is holding. This happens because usually what price is trying to do is price is trying to fall, lower lows all the way down. So what we are doing now in this pattern over here is we are trying to find some kind of bottom, and bottom comes when these falls start to either become smaller, or when they don't reach the support, previous support, and just continues going up, meaning you change the trend from the downwards to the upwards. So that's what is happening over here. The price is actually trying to cascade downwards, and it's trying to find some kind of bottom. So over here, when we went down to this bottom, some kind of bottom here, we create a new support line all the way down here. We bounced back to the previous support and could not break the previous right now resistance, and got rejected. But on the way down, you can see here we did not come down to the support line, not even close. Maybe something over here. We find some other support lines before this support line, and we climbed on that as well. And this is a very bullish signal. This is a very bullish signal. This is the first signal you get that is telling you that something, you know, this might have been like some overreaction, because in the start there was also overreaction. Here, the first drop down, it was an overreaction. Price went all the way back up, then tried to go down again, did not go down to these levels down here, but just went a little bit down, then pulled back up to the resistance, and then it broke the previous level. And then maybe this part over here was actually testing the previous overreaction. So overreaction got broken. We mean that this wasn't actually an overreaction. It got all the way down, and you know, we got new overreaction, and then we got pulled back up. On the pullback, we tested the resistance. On the resistance, we could not break the resistance, meaning we have to pull back. We pulled back downwards, but you can see here we are not getting nowhere close to the overreaction down here, and we are getting pulled back up again. So where are we getting pulled back up? To the same resistance line, because we went down, we tested it. We tested it here, some kind of support. The support held. We went back to the resistance line, and we are trying to break the resistance line again to see if if this move to the upside is actually legit or not, right? So right now we pull it back to the upside, and we still cannot break. So this is first, second try or third try, depending on how you see this, two tops or one top. This is the second try, trying to break the resistance up here to go to upside. So you understand already now that this resistance over here is really important to break, and we're gonna put a line there. It's around something like 1.07, really important resistance. And once we break this resistance up here to the upside, you know, everything's gonna be good. So what's happening here right now? Because we already know that this was overreaction because of previous, try to get back down to the overreaction and continue further down. We know that there was some kind of a support right over here, right? There was a support over here. You can see here that right now this support is holding. So now that we, for second time, could not break the resistance, we are slowly going down, trying to figure out where the very last support is, or right, trying to figure out where we can go and touch, because this was a fast downtrend, right? This is a slow downtrend, right? So there is a fast downtrend where you are just rushing down, and this is a slow downtrend. So in this slow downtrend, it's more like we are just trying to figure out how low we can push the price down to find like the very last support, to find the very last place where we can actually get some kind of support, and then bounce off of that, and hopefully break on the third time this resistance up here at 1.7. So you can see here, first thing first, we got overreaction, got pulled back up again, find some kind of support, tested the previous support as resistance, pulled back down there to the overreaction. Overreaction failed. We went down to new overreaction, pulled back to the resistance. Resistance held. We had to pull back, found some kind of support, and we could not push down through the support. There was a lot of buyers wanted to go up. We went up, but still the bears, they're not letting us go through the resistance. And right now we are no longer pushing right down back again. We are right now going some kind of slower motion downwards, a slower downtrend, trying to find the how far is actually the last support. If we break now this level down here, over here, probability is we're gonna test the overreaction again. And if the overreaction fails again, that's actually quite bad. But to test the overreaction right now, after these three touches over here, I'm gonna show you, it's pretty hard. So what I'm expecting right now to happen that we are gonna find some kind of support in this part over here. We are gonna go back up to the resistance area at 1.07, and up here we might actually, for the third time, actually try to make and break break the last point of resistance up here that we are previously. And once we are out of this part down here, this you know, call it accumulation part, call it testing period, call it it doesn't matter what you call it, you know, this isn't Wyckoff, it's, you know, the late adopter accumulation explanation. We might actually break up here for the last time, because all of these are actually psychological levels. They are psychological trading. There is no manipulation that they are pushing the prices this far down up. You got overreaction, big overreaction, you know, panic selling, liquidations, you know, the overreaction. So price pulls very fast up, goes down slowly to some kind of support, finds some kind of support and pulls back up to resistance. Test the resist, cannot break the resist. What's happening? Well, we got to test the support. Is actually good support. It isn't. You fail the support. You go down to the overreaction area. You fail that. You go to the next overreaction. That overreaction, people are like thinking, oh, this is too much. You pull back all the way up to the resistance. Go back down to find some kind of new support, because you cannot get all the way down to the overreaction. You pull back to the resistance. You slowly crawl back down, try to get back down to this support level. See if there is anything else in between here. There is nothing in between. You see here you're touching 1, 2, 3 times, but you still cannot break the support. You cannot break the support. You need to go back up here, test the resistance here at the top, and hopefully you will be able to break the resistance over here and go higher. If you get rejected again, I don't, then we might actually see some kind of lower levels, but this is pretty much in the books that this is actually going to break the resistance now if we test it for the third time. Now this might actually be looking a little bit ugly, so we're going to do it like this. And we're gonna see, so the most interesting part right now is this part over here and what's actually happening here. And there is some kind of a falling wedge, and that's actually what I think is actually gonna push us to the upside. So as you saw previously, this is the support down here. On the 4 hourly, this is the support. Let's use a magnet for this over here. This is the support that we don't want to break. If we break this support, it's going to be bad, of course. Right, we're going to go all the way down to the overreaction. We don't want to do that. So we want to hold these levels down here. And this is first, second, and this is almost the third touch. So I think this is actually, this support level is actually holding quite nicely. So what's actually going to pull us to the upside? Now, keep in mind, this is some kind of falling wedge. It's not a perfect one, but you know, it's some kind of falling wedge. You can either draw it like this over here and then use these tops over here, or you can even draw it, I think, something like this over here. Now this is actually expanding wedge if you look at this, but it has only 2 touches, so you won't do it like this. But this is expanding wedge, you know, that can also help us, but then we have to use this one over here, and then this one down there, and then it looks like a expanding wedge. Now expanding wedge, we can talk about that. Expanding wedge, something like this over here, this pattern over here is a reversal pattern that that should actually push us upwards. So broadening, descending wedge, broadening meaning expanding, broadening, descending wedge is actually a reversal pattern. So this kind of pattern might actually push us to the upside, but I'm more interested in I'm more interested in this, you know, call it a big descending big descending wedge. This is also a reversal pattern. It might just push us to the upside. So however you look at it, either a expanding wedge or you know, falling or normal wedge, both are actually bullish patterns. We are hitting some kind of support, and this should actually play you know, break on the upside. So right now I'm actually quite bullish. I know that everything is like plus or you know, green, a little bit green, a little bit red. Everything is staying around 0 right now, but I think that's gonna be day to day, and then tomorrow we're gonna have a really nice interesting move that actually might actually come next week, either to the downside, you know, because of the G7 and the news, or to the upside because, you know, normal market psychology. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. If you want to watch more XRP videos, we do a lot of XRP videos here. Subscribe to the channel, like the video on the way out, you know, smash the like on the way out, and thanks for watching. Check out the links down below if you want to learn tech analysis, what I do and stuff like that. There are also other links, you know, that might help you, like, yeah. Anyways, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. See you around. Bye bye.